Well, hello everybody. This great Memorial Day, we've had thunderstorms through the night, which I had to go out and reconnect a lot of my shade cloth because it pulled it loose. You can see the wind blew so hard it blowed some of my lawn furniture around. So I've been out here picking that up. And we've got another one. I mean, I thought the thunderstorm was over, but we've got another one just now starting. So it started thundering. You can see the dark clouds up here. And we've been getting warnings because this is supposed to be a severe thunderstorm. The one last night was too, with heavy winds, possible hail. It blew a lot of my plants over. Look at my tomato plants right there. They're laying over. And I'm not going to stake them up right now because they'll, it might cause them to break. So I'm going to leave them till the thunderstorm is gone. The garden really needed the rain. There's little buddy out there. I guess Lucky's on the other side of the house sleeping. But yeah, I put up another section of shade cloth between the shed and the arbor because some of my squash plants were really suffering from that hot sun shining on them. So hopefully this will give them a better chance. Now the walking stick kale and the cabbage, it's not going to hurt. They pretty much like the sun as long as you keep them watered. But yeah, we got another severe thunderstorm, and it's severe or they wouldn't send out warnings. I've gotten several phone calls and I've gotten several messages sent to me from the emergency system here in Hood County. I mean, the rain we can use, we can't use the rest of that stuff. And the builder finally filled in back there. I had showed you where the water was standing, but go back here and show you. After I think several complaints from the community, they finally did fill it in. But it's still lower than my lots are and the rest of the lots, so I don't know if they'll leave it like that or if they'll fill in more eventually. I have no idea. See, my strawberries are loving this rain. Yeah, it's rained so much that my buckets are filled with water. But you can see they filled it in, but it's still low and it's still making a mud hole back there. So I don't think I would want to leave it that way if I was them. I'd want to fill in quite a bit more, before I put grass down because I wouldn't want it to stay that way. But my shade cloth is all wet, so it's drooping down a little bit. But that's okay. And I still don't know what these things are. I'm just before pulling them all up and putting something else in there and use the space for something I want rather than a mystery. Listen to that thunder. And somehow, a bird or something put some kind of bean seed in there. Look at there. That's a squash plant, a yellow squash. And I've got a volunteer tomato plant. And I have this volunteer, looks like some kind of a bean vine come up. It went all the way up almost to the top of the pole that I stuck in there because I wanted to keep it off of my squash. It's starting to rain, y'all, so I'm going to head back toward the house. But I wanted to show you my pumpkin pies are growing. And this one over here So I got 2 on the vine so far that I've seen. I don't know if there's any more. I haven't seen them. But yeah, let me get back to the house because it's starting to rain and I don't want to get totally soaked in the rain. We may end up with hail in this, and I hope not, but it's got my poor sunflowers leaning over. That wind gets terrible up here on this hill. Chickens are cackling. I hear a rooster in the distance. And there comes Lucky. Lucky says, I don't know what to think of all this. Yeah, he says, I don't know what to think of all this. Yeah, you've probably been in the greenhouse. I've got the door zipped up, but it's about a foot open at the bottom, so he can go in and out when it's raining and he don't get wet. Little buddy can go in there too if he wanted to. Yeah, it's right. It got a thunderstorm coming. Yeah, you want to get up in my lap? Yeah, he wants loving. He just pushes up against me. And there's little buddy. He finally come around here the other day and I was sitting down and he was able to get in my lap. Usually if I'm sitting down, Lucky will get my lap first. Just like he's doing now. And little buddy can't get there because there's no room. They're both babies. They're both babies. They're definitely outside cats. They don't care about coming in the house anymore. Which is good because I'm allergic to just about everything they'd probably bring in. Your feet are wet on my legs. You know that? Your feet are wet on my legs. You're going to fall. He's trying to turn around in my lap. Lay down. Lay down, Lucky, so you don't fall. There's little buddy down there. He says, well, Mama, there's no room for me up there. Yeah. Lucky's spoiled. Little buddy's spoiled. And shedding. Oh my God, shedding like crazy. That's one reason I don't want him in the house. Now I'm covered with cat hair. Yeah, you lay down there. That's better for you, you and little buddy. No, now little buddy's going to come get up here. He says, well, Lucky left. There's room for me up there now. You're silly kitties. Go lay down with Lucky. Yeah, go lay down with Lucky. They'd both get in my lap at the same time if there was room. Look at that. They say they love their mommy. They love their mommy. Yeah, I don't know. Look how light the sky is. Well, it's not light, it's dark, but I hear raindrops or ice falling. I got my hummingbird. Look at there. He was going to come to the feeders, I guess. I got one set of feeders on one side. And then I got the other set over here. So they can go to either set they want. I put them out here like that just to see of which one they might prefer. But even though I've seen the birds flying around, I haven't seen which one they go to. So we'll see. Yeah, this is some Memorial Day. I know it's messed up a lot of events on the town square. They usually have concession stands set up and all kind of things going on this weekend, but with it rainy today, that's put a damper on all that. I got birds out at the bird feeder. Even though it's starting to rain. I guess they're going to get their bird seed before it gets wet. I wish I could come up with something to put on the top of that bird feeder to keep the rain from getting into the seed. Because, you know, when the seed gets wet, it'll stay damp for a couple of days. And then the seed will sprout. And then the birds won't touch it. Look at the flowers out there, the sunflowers. Yeah, that almost sounds like ice falling. They did say there would be hail, possible hail in a lot of it, so it's either really big raindrops or it's hail. Now the hail may mess up my shade cloth, I don't know. Or it may blow over, who knows? The sky keeps changing, it's dark over that way now. And over there. And back in that direction. Yeah, I didn't get anything started in the yard today because, and I was debating, you know, my grill is under cover, but I was still debating on whether to try to grill out anything outside, because if the wind's blowing when it rains, it'll blow the rain right over into the grill and on me. So I've eaten lunch, so I don't know what I'll do for dinner yet. Usually I see cardinals at this bird feeder, but there's other birds at it today. The cardinals may have been over there earlier. And I didn't bring my tripod out here, and I can't hold the camera still. So. I don't know what kind of bird that is. There's a lot of them flying around. Yeah, that may just blow over here. The sky's starting to lighten up a little bit. Look at here, little buddy right here beside me. Big fur ball. Yeah, I hear it thundering in the distance now, so maybe we may not get nothing from this next storm. It may just blow over us and keep going. But it is rumbling back that way. We can watch the birds. If I can keep the camera still enough. should have brought the tripod out here. But the way that thunderstorm sounded when I first came out, I thought it would have been pouring down rain with the wind blowing by now, but it's blowed over us temporarily. So we may not get nothing from this mid-afternoon storm. Still hear it in the distance. Those birds love the sunflowers. What you think, Lucky? Huh? Lucky and little buddy. You can still hear that rumbling. That's why I leave that rug up there. They like to get up there and lay on it. Only one can get up there at the time, though. Yeah, maybe that thunderstorm has blown over us. Went around us. And the poor plants. The wind liked to destroy a lot of them. Surprised it didn't blow over those sunflowers out there because they're top heavy. Listen to that thunder. Yeah, I'd halfway thought about going to town and filming some of the festivities, but this weather, the way it has been today, there's no festivities going on, I'm sure. Most of the stuff has been rained out. I think Lucky just got up in the chair. He likes to lay in the chair over there. Let's see if I can see him. Yep, he's in the chair laying down. I've been breathing too much air out here, I guess. It's not clean. You people out there that don't have allergies, you don't know how blessed you are. I've suffered with allergies my whole life. I got pearls coming up over there. And those are all wildflower seeds that I threw out years ago. Some of them did come up in my yard, but you know, I keep my yard mowed, so I have to mow them down. And these are the some that are on the edge of the yard. And those bags of sunflower seeds, not sunflowers, but wildflower seeds that I put out. Oh, there was probably 15 or more different types of wildflowers in those seeds. Lantana was one of them. The Indian blanket flowers, sunflowers, blue bonnets. I can't even name them all. I don't know what those lavender colored ones are called. I don't remember the names of all of them. But yeah, the sky has gotten a little brighter over there. So maybe that thunderstorm is gone, hopefully. Here's sirens going. Must have been a wreck. Well, I just wanted to give you an update. I thought this thunderstorm was fixing to hit. And I know some of you like to see stuff like that, so I thought I'd video it, but it's blown over. So I'll come back later on if there's anything else develops from it. So we'll talk to you later. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. Have a blessed day. Have a happy Memorial Day, and I'll see you next time.